week we had a lesson from Kevin Lamar Jones about dancing and patterns and what he thinks about mathematically when he's choreographing rhythms and performances. This week we have a very special video. It's a mystery lesson. Get ready, tune in.
Oh, okay.
Mystery lesson.
So are you supposed to give an intro or something?
Yeah. We're just going to do a mysterious lesson today. Here's how it starts. All you have to do is repeat after me. Okay, now, and once we master a level, we go to the next level. You ready? Okay, level 1. Repeat after me. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It's very hard. Alright, I'm going to do it one more time. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Ready?
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
One more time. You got the pauses and everything. Okay, one more time. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
We killed it. Alright, the next step. Ready? Equally as hard. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Can we all clap the same thing? So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Perfectly together. Alright, we don't even have to do it again. We did it. We nailed it the first time. Alright, what's the next step? The next step, we're going to use this beautiful desk we have. And we're going to do this. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Go. You're going right, left, right. Left, right, left, right? But remember, it's not 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Right, left, right. 1, 2, 3. See? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We got it. Alright, don't speed up too. If you speed up, you lose. So far we're winning though. So far we're winning. Alright, ready? Oh, so yes, this is what I wear at class. So we mastered the speaking, we mastered the clapping, we mastered the... Now can we do the stomping? Alright, this is the next step. Ready? Stomp, stomp, stomp. Stomp, stomp, stomp. So, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. How are we with this?
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. Are we together? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Right, left, right. Left, right, left. Are we good? All right.
Yes.
So the next step, now we're going to stand up. Everybody stand up. I know you're wondering, what are we doing? Everybody stand up. All right. And we're going to fix this so we can see our heads. All right. All right. So this is the next step. Ready? We did the stomping, right? Now we're just going to do steps. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So we're doing it again. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. So if you do it with your right or your left, it doesn't matter because one's going to do one, the other one's going to do the other.
Oh.
Alright, here's the last step. So we did it in place. We did 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. The last step is to do this, but for the 1, you take a step forward. Okay? Whichever foot is doing the 1, it goes forward. Everything else is in the same spot. So I'm going to do it, then you come in after I do it twice. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You do that? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There you go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Guess what we just learned? We learned that that's awesome. You know it, right? Hey, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Welcome to my recording studio / my parents' garage. Alright, so thanks for watching the mystery lesson video. As you know, the mystery lesson was a salsa lesson. Right? But if I told my kids that we were going to do salsa, they'd be like, nah, I'm out. But you learned that dancing salsa was as easy as 1, 2, 3. Alright, so Dr. Freeman asked me to make a video where I can basically describe how dancing and the STEM fields, science, technology, engineering, and math, are related, right? So, a couple of things first. Before we get into that, we got to talk about rhythm, right? So what's rhythm? Everybody knows what a beat is, right? There's some like pounding in the background, right? But you've got a beat, just a simple, you can look at your watch too, right? Which I don't have on right now, right? But if you can look at this and snap, right, when I'm clicking, you've got good rhythm, right? Rhythm is just staying on the beat, right? Rhythm is just staying on the beat. And so then you take rhythm, and what do? You play with it, you experiment with it, and that creativity is dancing, right? To have that rhythm internally and to be able to make art with it, to dance, right? So let's talk about science. Science, of course, is the art of asking questions and solving problems. Well, the big thing that we're doing here with science and dancing is we're experimenting. We're experimenting with music. We're taking something that's just something we hear, and we're putting the experience into a live visual thing, right? We're dancing, whatever it is, whether it's hip-hop, country, salsa, tango, whatever you call it. It's the experience of that song, of that music, right? You've got that's science, and you have technology. Technology, think about just kind of like the progression of music. If you think about it, back in the day when you were listening to music, you had to go to like the town square and hear the music happening, right? But of course, through technology, we've been able to record, right? That's what records are called, records, right? You start recording music, you're able to have one beautiful performance play at the same time in different places all over. You're able to share the music, to start dancing moves, dancing trends, right? And affects dancing in that way, as well as there's other ways that technology and dancing go together, more specifically with engineering, the next one, right? So engineering, a more complicated, more intricate science. You think about engineering and lights, for example, music and lights. If you go to the club, right, and it's bumping, right, and it's like, you want the lights to be in beat with the music, otherwise it doesn't seem right, right? So that kind of visual, rhythmic algorithm, that connection, that's engineering, right? As well as just sound engineering, right? Music production, that's a growing field right now. Because you think about most recent songs aren't made from, you know, a chick that plays the guitar real well, a drummer, and someone who can sing, right? It's a lot of it is made on a computer now and through technology and engineering. Then of course we got math, right? As we learned with the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But that's a bare basic, right? You can break it down more than that. If you look at music, right, one of the first things you'll see on any piece of music is essentially a little fraction at the beginning, right? Which is the time signature. And it really is just a fraction. If you look at music and you start breaking it down, you can divide it down. So it doesn't have to be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. You realize that that space is actually a 4, but it's just quiet. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And you can do things like 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2. There's all sorts of ways to divide that up, which is numbers, divisions, all of that is math, right? So science, technology, engineering, math, we don't think about it, but it's all in dancing. It's all in rhythm. It's in music. It's all around us. So the neat thing is to see our artistic things that we like and to see that all these is related. And it doesn't have to be just salsa. That was the example with the salsa lesson, but it can be anything. Like hip hop, well, so the regular hip hop beat would be like, boom, ka, boom, boom, ka, boom, ka, boom, right? So if you're breakdancing, whatever you're doing, as long as you're going with that beat, you're dancing to it, right? Or you look at, this isn't really country, but I take my horse to the old town road, right? If you're recording a video for that on TikTok, you want to make sure you're with it. You're doing like all the movements, whatever, it's all together, right? And then with the salsa, of course, they gave you, Dr. Freeman wanted me to show you a little bit of salsa, but not the biggest dancer, right? But it isn't too hard when I've got music on the side, right? So if I'm doing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, you can move around in circles, right? You don't have to go just straight forward and straight back. You can do sideways, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Start throwing the arms in there, right? And then you're like a salsa dancer. Also, if you have a partner, and I'm just going 1, 2, 3, back 2, 3, then the partner would do the opposite, right? There we go, left, back 2, 3, right, forward 2, 3. So that's it. That's salsa dancing, but more importantly, dancing, music, rhythm, combined with STEM, science, technology, engineering, math, right? Isn't learning cool?
Gracias, Lyons, for that mystery lesson and for teaching us all about salsa. Voy a practicar bailar. Everybody get your instrument, make an instrument, and practice some salsa steps. And remember your 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.